Hello, welcome to Firearms of America, and today, as you guys can see, I have another pair of Under Armour boots for review. And this is, I'm really excited about this one. This is Fat Tire GTX. Now, I wanted to get my hands on these boots for a very long time. And finally, I have them right here in front of me. Now, if you don't want to watch the whole review, fine. If you're a busy man, a businessman, or a politician, really quickly, they do run a little bit small, probably half a size. So make sure to get a half a size larger of normally what you would get your boots in. They feature bunch of ton of different things like a cool Cupron inner sole, the Michelin tires on the outsole, the Boa system, as you can see, for the strings, and of course the GORE-TEX, which is the waterproof. But we will get to all of that later in the review. So some of you already know that this review is specifically for our ultimate survival boot section. Basically, we judge by 8 different criterias. We go through 8 different criterias in these boots. I already did several tests. And we will talk about whether or not these boots would be great for your survival scenario, whether it is war, a natural disaster, or something like that, whatever your mind can come up with. So the very first criteria is the comfort level. Obviously very important. So the test that I do in order to test the comfort level is I do back-to-back 3-mile run, non-stop, 5-mile walk right after, and the total wear time without taking off these boots is about 8 hours. So these boots, if you get them in the right size, obviously, very comfortable. I do love this Cupron inner sole. It is very nice. It is very similar to the Ortholite from Salomon. It has that firm but sort of jelly feel to it, so it handles the impact very nice. Now, another pretty cool feature specific to these boots is that this top layer of the outsole rubber is very soft, so it also helps with the impact. Basically, whenever you are running, you don't really feel a lot of impact on your ankles or on your knees because there is really a lot between your feet and the ground. Finally, overall, the bottom sole is fairly flexible, so you can run properly, you know, utilizing your toes instead of putting too much pressure on your ankles. So again, that also helps the overall comfort level. On the comfort level, I would give these boots a solid 9 out of 10. Just make sure that you do not get them small, because obviously if you are wearing smaller boots, your toes, they will get fatigued over some period of time of walking or running or whatever you're doing. So keep that in mind. Also, another factor that contributes to the comfort of these boots is definitely the lightness. These boots are fairly light. Now, I know it looks like a lot of rubber and like a lot of stuff on these boots going on in general, but no, it doesn't really affect the weight of the boot. So let's talk about the criteria number 2, the proofing and protection. So, as I have mentioned, these boots are GTX, which stands for GORE-TEX, which is that waterproof fabric that allows some breathability, but at the same time allows it to be waterproof. As you can see, the tongue is gusseted, and you have about, probably about 5 inches. You know, if you step into the puddle that about 5 inches deep, you're gonna get out nice and dry. That's good to know. Definitely a lot of protection going on the bottom. You can practically step on anything and it will be nicely handled. And when I say anything, I mean sharp rocks, different kind of sticks that stick out of the ground. You know, this will protect nicely, because while this top layer is soft, this Michelin tire bottom is very hard, so it will definitely protect you from penetration. Other than that, there is really not much other protection going on in the body of the boot. For example, the toe is soft, so if you drop something on your toe, you'll definitely feel it. And I know it looks like there is some protection going because there is this design going around, but that's really all it is, merely the design. It's not reinforced in any way, which I think would be nice if it was, but it's not. No toe protection, no real ankle protection, heel protection, nothing much. Now the ankles here are padded, as you can see, but really nothing substantial. Okay, so done with the criteria number 2, let's move on to the number 3, quality and the design features. Now these boots have been around for some time. They are fairly popular in the hiking community. I attached the link, Amazon link, in the description below. Check it out. There are a lot of positive reviews just on these particular ones, on the GORE-TEX, but they do have a non-GORE-TEX version. They do have different colors, different variations of these boots, and overall ratings are very good on these boots. People do like the quality, and it does feel very nicely built. I know Under Armour, sometimes they do have mess ups here and there with their boots, but probably just because they're a big company and it's kind of hard to make sure, you know, your quality control and everything. Now the features. That is probably my favorite part. I know I've mentioned in a few of my reviews, I mentioned that I used to have my work boots with the Boa system, and since then I absolutely fell in love with this Boa system. So what is the Boa system? Here it is. As you can see, there aren't really any strings that you need to tie. There is this spinny wheel right here. So what does it do? Well, it's very simple. You put in your feet and then you press the button, you lock it in place, and all you need to do is just spin it. Spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it, and it tightens nicely and gradually all throughout the body of the boot. Really, you don't need anything. And then in order to release it, all you need to do is to pull on this wheel out, and that's it. You're free to open it up. So not just easiness, you know, it's not just about easiness. It's also, you know, we're talking about survival boots after all, right? And in your survival scenario, in your survival situation, there might be you know, a situation where you need to put on your boots fast. You know, something bad happens, you're not gonna wait around and try to sit down nicely and comfortably and tighten your shoelaces and stuff like that. This system designed specifically for that, so I think it's absolutely perfect. Another reason in why this is such a huge plus, I think, this Boa system, is whenever you're, for example, hiking, you're walking, running, or doing something, and you're going, for example, down the hill and you need to release the pressure a little bit, all you really need to do is just pull it, release it a little bit, and lock it in place. Or the other way around, if you need to quickly tighten it, all you really need to do is just one time and done, tighten. So you don't need to untie your shoelaces, tighten them more and tie them again. It just saves you so much time, so much energy, and just gives you so much speed. So overall, I think Boa system is fantastic, and I really hope that a lot of other manufacturers out there that do hiking boots and hunting boots and tactical boots start, you know, implementing that Boa system, because it's just absolutely amazing. So the next criteria that we're going to talk about, the criteria number 4, is the outsole traction and stability, and we are talking about the outsole here, which is the Michelin tire instead of the outsole. Now the pattern of the outsole is very, very aggressive. As you can see, it is so grippy. It is very grippy. Now, because it is a good balance between the aggression, as you can see, the grooves are very aggressive, but at the same time they are not too long and there is a lot of flatness going on. So this boot performs very well in whole sorts of different surfaces. I've tested it on the tarmac, on the asphalt. I tested it on the trail surface, some, you know, dry leaves, dry random sticks and stuff like that. Just your regular trail surface. I tested it in the sand, and because it has a lot of flatness to it, it doesn't dig into the sand. The sand doesn't get stuck in any of the grooves and stuff like that. So it performs very well in a large variety of this different surfaces. So I am definitely very happy with it. It gives you a good traction, it gives you a good stability. Now, one thing that you will have to adjust to, I wanted to mention it, because as you can see, the outsole is sort of rounded. Occasionally you do get that. You get the point. You get that sometimes. So you do have to adjust to it. Now, I wish Under Armour did a little bit of a few grooves that kind of stick out on the side to kind of give you that side support, kind of like that. Again, if Under Armour is watching, they're probably not, but if they are, guys, just something for you to consider to kind of protect people from, you know, accidentally running and stopping and then breaking the ankle. Just something to consider. I'm not saying people gonna do that, but it's a possibility because the outsole surface here is rounded. They do perform extremely well on slippery surfaces like the tile and the marble, you know, shiny flat surfaces. They are very grippy. So overall, a really nice balance of the aggression. But like I said, you know, because of that roundness, I cannot give it a 10 out of 10. So I will give it a solid 8 out of 10 because it's a good balance, it's a good protection, and variety of surfaces this boot will handle very well. But whenever it comes to stability, there's this little nuance, is that they are rounded, so there is this possibility of your boot just going to the side, tipping to the side. Okay, number 5 is the temperature. Now, obviously, as you can see, these boots do not really have a lot of insulation or anything, so don't expect them to be super nice and warm in the winter. Now, if you get a nice insulated socks, they will probably be pretty good in the winter and the snow, because they do have, you know, this bottom sole will definitely handle some snow and some ice for sure. But you know, the temperature wise, this boot will not. So make sure, if you want to get this boot for winter, make sure to get some insulated socks. But I was testing them here in Florida in a very nice hot weather, about 90-95 degrees outside, and I did not overheat at all, probably thanks to GORE-TEX, because it allows some breathability, all of these vents, as you can see. So they definitely stayed cool. So if you live in a hotter climate and you're hiking in, you know, not cold climate, temperature wise, this boot is gonna be fantastic. You're not gonna overheat. And even if you do, even if it's super hot outside, I don't know, maybe you're walking through a volcano or something, but even if you do and your feet start to sweat, this very cool Cupron, and let me find this Cupron, it's not just anti-odor, but what it allows, it also kind of does the it kills the bacteria. It kills the bacteria because it has these special fibers, and you can read more in the link that I attached in the description below. But it has these special fibers that killed 99.99. I don't know why it's always 99.99. I guess you have to have a 0.01% of a disclaimer there, right? In case if you do get the bacteria or fungus. But yes, that inner sole is designed to protect you from that. So pretty cool. Another cool feature to mention. Okay, number 6, really quickly, sizing. Like I mentioned, they do run about half a size smaller, so make sure get half a size bigger. And I always get my hiking boots, my tactical boots, you know, boots in general, in half a size my normal size. So for example, all my shoes, I have them in 9.5, and my boots I always get them in a 10, so I have a little bit of extra room, and I do recommend it to everyone. So these boots I would actually get in 10.5. I think they would be perfect for me if I was getting these boots. Okay, so number 7 is sort of the summarizing criteria, is the balance of application, meaning that if these really were, you know, your survival boots, and these were the last boots that you put on, and something bad happened and you ran out of your house and you had to walk, you had to run, you had to climb, you had to fight, I don't know, different things that you would do in survival. Would they be a good pick for your ultimate survival? I think these boots are actually definitely a fantastic option. I think they definitely make my top 10 of the ultimate survival boots out there, and I have some amazing boots on that list. I do have another pair of Under Armour boots, in fact, on that list. The Infill Ops, I've made a review on them on this channel. Check them out. Absolutely amazing boots. I do have a couple of Salomons on that list as well. So definitely on the top 10 of my ultimate survival boots. I really do like them. I like them a lot. Even though they do have this little mess ups here and there, like running a little bit too small, not having a lot of the protection, and having this outsole that will allow the boot to just, you know, be rounded and just kind of tip over. Nevertheless, I do think they would be pretty good. Now, here's one thing that I wanted to mention. I think one of the biggest drawbacks why a lot of people would not consider buying this boot is, you ready? You probably already figured it out. Is the design. Is the design. They look weird. Now, because I did so many different boot reviews. I have seen it all. Most of the things I've seen out there. There's really nothing that can surprise me. I've seen some weirder boots than this ones, but you have to admit, they do look pretty weird. It's not something that you would wear on your daily basis, going to work, for example, going to even for example, if you consider these as your tactical boots. For example, if you are, let's say, a security officer, right? Let's say you're a security officer and you have long shifts where you have to do a lot of walking, a lot of standing, and you need something comfortable, something light. Honestly, these boots are an amazing option. They are very comfortable. They are very lightweight. They will be great in all of these different surfaces, shiny surfaces, tile surfaces, you know, depending on where you are a security officer. They will really handle anything. Your feet not gonna overheat or anything like that. And they have this really cool Boa system. Just absolutely amazing. I absolutely love that system. But if I was a security officer, I would not pick this boot. I would have picked something a little heavier, a little bit more uncomfortable without the Boa system, but not these boots. Why? Because they do look, quite honestly, a little bit silly with this huge tire on the bottom with these weird angles. So, Under Armour, if you guys are watching, which you're probably not, but if you are, try to do maybe Under Armour Fat Tire 2.0, a little bit more for, you know, people who don't want to stick out of the crowd and appear kind of a little bit weird. That's really the only thing. Now, if I kept these boots just as hiking boots, right? I put them on just for hiking, I absolutely totally would get them, because I don't care what kind of hiking boots I have. In fact, most of the hiking boots, they always have that strange look to them. They're not like your good everyday boots. If I had this just as survival boots that I keep in my closet and I have access to them whenever I need, and, you know, whenever the doomsday comes, right? I would definitely consider those boots, 100%. But I think whenever it comes to your survival boots, the boots that can pull off the everyday look boot, I think it will prevail among, you know, boots like this, because that's something you wear every day, and you want something you wear every day for your survival situations, because you never know. You know, you might go to work and something bad might happen. You won't have a chance to come back home and, oh, where's my survival boots? Let me put them on and then go. No, you need to be prepared always. And the boots that you can wear all the time without even thinking about them, those would be the boots that, you know, definitely going to win in this whole ultimate survival boot section. But other than that, like I said, boots are pretty fantastic. Fantastic quality, fantastic features. Now, the very last criteria that I'm going to mention here is the criteria number 8, the price. And this is a little bit another downside whenever it comes to these boots, mostly because of the Boa system. Boa system is pretty expensive. Everything that you see with the Boa system is going to be pretty expensive. Currently, these particular boots are 200 bucks, and it's the size 10, and it's black. There are different color options available, and obviously in different sizes and different colors they're gonna be different, and the price goes as far up as 350 bucks. So these boots are definitely not a budget friendly. They are definitely on the more expensive side. I think the price is fair because they do have awesome features like GTX. GTX is a pretty expensive option. The Cupron is fairly expensive option, and Boa system is definitely an expensive option. So the price is definitely fair. But here's the thing: whenever it comes to $200 range, there is a lot of pretty serious competition out there that you can look at, that I have done reviews on this channel. So definitely check it out, look around, let me know what you think about these boots. Personally, I love them. I really hope that manufacturers start to implement this Boa system. Like I said, I've been waiting to review these boots for a while now, and they did not let me down. I am, I was excited testing them, and as you can probably hear it in my voice, I am excited reviewing them, because even though I'm being hard on these boots here and there, overall I really do love the general idea of it, and just the features and the way they feel is just absolutely amazing. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this boot. This was Under Armour Fat Tire GTX, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. This was Firearms of America.